All right, I believe you can go now.
Good evening, everyone. Today we'll be presenting on creating vision, and my group members are Amy Mohan, Sanjay Ramkilawan, and Ramlakan, and myself. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide, please.
Can I see you in it? Lagging a little bit.
You could open it up.
You seeing it now?
Yeah. So today we will be discussing strategic leadership, the leadership vision, mission, strategy and action, the leader's contribution, and the leader's impact. So, creating vision and strategic direction. One of the most important functions of a leader is to articulate and communicate a compelling vision that will motivate and energize people towards the future. Lauren Monroe refers to a leader as a drum major, the person who keeps a vision in front of people and reminds them of what they're about. Follower motivation and energy are crucial to the success of any endeavor, and the role of leadership is to focus everyone's energy on the same path. Next slide.
It's seen it there.
The next slide.
This is the next slide.
Already discussed this on the next slide. Right. Strategic leadership. Organizational performance is determined largely by the choices leaders make. Top leaders are responsible for knowing the organization's environment, considering what it might be in 5 to 10 years, and setting a direction for the future that everyone can believe in. Strategic leadership is one of the most critical issues facing organizations. So what is strategic leadership? Anybody could tell me what is strategy or what it means to be strategic? Well, a strategy is a plan or action designed to achieve a long-term or overall goal. So strategic leadership is the ability to anticipate and envision the future, maintain flexibility, think strategically, and initiate changes that will create a competitive advantage for the organization in the future. According to Harvard, strategic leadership is when managers use their creative problem-solving skills and strategic vision to help team members and organizations achieve long-term goals. Strategic leadership is about understanding the situation, considering options, and deciding. It is also about getting the best out of people and the best out of the situation so that the organization does well. Leading strategically requires a leader to choose from a variety of leadership styles, depending on the situation and the people involved. Leadership style. So these leadership styles here are authoritarian, where the leader imposes expectations and defines outcomes. Participative, where the leader involves team members in the decision-making process. Delegative, where the leader delegates tasks to other team members. Transactional, where the leader rewards or punishes team members in order to complete tasks. Transformational, where the leader uses vision to inspire and motivate others. And servant, where the leader serves others by putting the need of employees first. Some qualities associated with being a strategic leader are they know who they are interested in others, they are good communicators, and they are open-minded. So these are some examples of strategic leaders. One, Oprah Winfrey. She's a great communicator with her talk show and many books that she wrote. Howard Schultz, knowing his purpose, he is a former CEO of Starbucks. He offered benefits to workers back then when that was unheard of. Jeff Bezos, chairman and former CEO of Amazon Prime, open to big ideas. He was able to transform his online bookstore into the world's largest internet company by revenue. Jacinda Ardern, she is interested in others. She was the former Prime Minister of New Zealand and she was applauded around the world for her substantial leadership skills and steady hand during the crisis. For example, during COVID, where she was able to keep infection rate relatively low. In a fast-changing world, no two leaders will see things the same way or make the same choices. The complexity of the environment and uncertainty of the future can overwhelm a leader. Thus, many prefer to focus on internal organizational issues such as poor communication skills around employees, lack of employee motivation, rather than strategic activities such as goal setting or resource allocation. It is easier for leaders to deal with routine operational issues where they see instant results and feel a sense of control. Yet, no organization can thrive for the long term without a clear viewpoint and framework for the future. So, this table describes 4 basic approaches leaders take in framing and organizing. Sorry. You could go back, please. This is the domain of strategic leadership. At the top level, we have vision. Vision is where the organization wants to be in 5 to 10 years. It reflects the environment and work with the organization mission. We have the mission, the organization core values, purpose, and reason for existence. Strategy, it provides direction for translating the vision into action. Then we have the implementation. This is through the organization architect that makes things happen. Each level of the hierarchy supports the level above it. Pass you on to my group member.
So, my name is Sanjay and I'll be speaking about leadership vision. So, to some people, vision is a dream, right? But vision is more than a dream. It is an ambitious view of the future that everyone involved in can believe in. One that can realistically be achieved, but one that offers a future that is better in important ways than what now exists. Regarding organizations, a vision is an attractive, ideal, and credible future that is not readily attainable. A vision can be short and slogan-like. Sometimes a vision can be brief and compelling, easily communicated to, so that it can be understood by everyone in the organization. Consider these few examples taken from the Leadership Experience textbook. The first one there we could see Motorola, become the premier company in the world. Another one which is not on the table but is a lot more popular is taken from Coca-Cola, which is a Coke within arm's reach of everyone on the planet. On the other hand, a vision can be quite lengthy. But when a leader can confidently paint a compelling picture of future positions, lengthy visions can become very powerful. So, I'm sure we're all familiar about the I Have a Dream speech from Mr. Martin Luther King Jr. Although the speech itself is very long, like quite lengthy in nature, it turned out to be a very powerful vision for most of the members of the target audience. A vision can be just as important for non-profit organizations like the Salvation Army shown on screen as it is for other businesses like Coca-Cola. This includes really the same reasons why it is important for a normal business, and we will talk about that in the next slide. But before that, anybody could tell me what a vision does, or like what is the purpose of a vision? Any idea? It could be for an organization or it could be for an individual too.
Direction for the company.
Right. That's correct. That's correct. In addition to what you now say, vision could work in other several important ways. First thing is the vision links the present to the future. Vision connects what is going on at the moment with what the organization aspires to be in the future. A vision is always about the future, but it begins with the here and now. A leader can articulate an optimistic vision for the future that will inspire and challenge people to give their best. Consider the Microsoft advertising slogan, which is "Your potential inspires us to create products that help you reach it." So this is basically saying that Microsoft employees create software products that help meet the current needs of their customers, but they also strive to envision and create products that might encourage other broader applications for the future. Visions also garner the commitment and energizes people. So I'm sure this will go for many of us in the class right now, but many people voluntarily commit their time and energy to causes they believe in. Examples include political campaigns, environmental causes, or community events. Oftentimes, these same people leave their energy and enthusiasm at home when they go to work because they don't have anything in work to inspire them. Typically, these people will be reluctant to make emotional commitments towards things that do not directly benefit them. An example of this is working to enhance shareholder wealth. People want to feel enthusiastic about their work and they want to feel like they are doing something worthwhile. Therefore, it is important to have a strong vision that will encourage people to work towards something that fills negative emotional gaps and benefits them as individuals and could also benefit communities in general. A vision also gives meaning to work, like as was slightly mentioned in the point before. Many individuals also like to find dignity and meaning in their work. People are drawn to companies that offer them a chance to do something meaningful. Today, prospective employees often ask about a company's vision when interviewing for a job because they want to know what the organization aims for and how, or whether they will fit in. For instance, this is taken from the same leadership experience textbook. A housekeeper at Service Master Company explained that she is enthusiastic about her work at a community hospital because leaders help her to see the job as more than cleaning floors. The housekeeper considers herself an important member of a team that is dedicated to helping sick people get well. She also points out that without quality cleaning, the hospital could not serve its patients well and would soon be out of business. The last point about what a vision does is it establishes a standard of excellence and integrity. A vision presents a challenge and asks people to go where they haven't gone before, encouraging workers to take risks and find new ways of doing things. The challenges provided by solid visions encourage people to work to the best of their abilities. Additionally, visions provide a measure by which employees can gauge their contributions to the organization. Vision clarifies and connects to the core values and ideas of the organization, setting a standard of integrity for employees. A good vision brings out the best in people by illuminating the important values and letting them be a part of something much bigger than themselves. Let us now look at some common themes of a powerful vision. The broad appeal. Powerful visions have a broad appeal. Many visions fail to adequately involve employees. Isolated top leaders may come up with an idea that other employees may find ridiculous, or some leaders might forget that achieving the vision requires understanding and commitment throughout the organization, and not just the top heads of a company. In other words, the ideal vision is identified with the organization as a whole, not with a single leader or even a top leadership team. A good vision should garner the attention of employees and motivate them to work toward a common objective, which would allow each individual to act independently in the same direction. A powerful vision should never be the property of the leader alone. A powerful vision deals with change. Vision is about action and challenges that make people make Vision is about action and challenges people to make important changes toward a better future. Change could be frightening for some, but a clear sense of direction helps people face difficulties and uncertainties involved in the changing process. When employees have a guiding vision, everyday decisions and actions throughout the organization respond to current problems and challenges in ways that move the organization toward the future. Vision encourages faith and hope. Vision exists only in the imagination, a picture of a world that cannot be observed or verified in advance. The future is shaped by people who believe in it, and a powerful vision helps people believe that they can be effective. It also helps people believe that there is a better future that they can achieve through their own commitment and actions. A powerful, clearly articulated vision helps people believe in a future they cannot see. A powerful vision reflects high ideals. Good visions are idealistic. Visions that portray an uplifting future have the power to inspire and energize people. And for the last point, a vision defines the destination and the journey. A good vision for the future includes specific outcomes that the organization wants to achieve. It also incorporates the underlying values that will help the organization get there. In other words, a good vision should include both the desired future outcomes and the values that set the rules for achieving them. Vision also works at multiple levels, meaning that the different levels within an organization, right? Most of the visions we have talked about so far are for the company as a whole. However, divisions, departments, and individuals could also have visions, which are just as important and powerful. Successful individuals usually have a clear mental picture of their vision and how to achieve it. People who do not have this clear vision of the future have less chance of success. Now I'll pass you on back to Rachel to present on a mission.
Mission. What is a mission statement? Mission is not the same as a company's vision. The mission is the organization's core purpose and reason for existence. It defines the company's core values and reasons for being. It provides a basis for creating the vision. Whereas the vision is an ambitious desire for the future, The mission is what the organization stands for. For example, both Zenith and Motorola was once successful makers of television. But while Zenith stayed making televisions, Motorola continued to move forward to making cell phones and became one of the most highly regarded companies in the country. The difference was their mission statement. Motorola defines its mission as applying technology to benefit the public, not only as making television sets. This is why a solid organizational mission is important. What does a mission do? The mission persists in the face of changing technologies, economic conditions, or other environmental shifts. It serves as the glue that holds the organization together in the times of change and guides strategic choices and decisions about the future. It can be used as a leadership tool to help employees find meaning to their work, motivate employees. 3. It defines the character of the organization. And 4. It draws people to the organization. So these are the two critical parts of a mission statement: the core value and the core purpose. The core values. This guides the organization no matter what. For example, Johnson & Johnson's former CEO said that our core values may be a competitive advantage, but this is not why we have them. We have them because they define for us what we stand for, and we would hold them even if they became a competitive disadvantage, which they kinda did. Their core values led them to removing Tylenol from the market after a cyanide poisoning, even though this act cost the company more than $100 million. The core purpose is why the organization is doing what it is doing. A framework for noble purpose. An effective mission statement doesn't just describe products and services. It captures people's idealistic motivations for why the organization exists. For example, Walmart. To give ordinary folks the chance to buy the same things as rich people. Leaders are responsible for framing a noble purpose that inspires and leads followers to high performance and helps the organization maintain a competitive advantage. So this table describes 4 basic approaches leaders take in framing an organizational purpose that helps people feel that their work is worthwhile. So the first purpose is discovery, finding the new. Many people are inspired by opportunity to find or create something new. For example, Google, where people are energized by the rewards they get from working on challenging problems. Or Samsung, re-energizing the company to focus employees on discovery. This type of purpose inspires people to see the adventure in their work and experience the joy of a pioneering or entrepreneurial spirit. The second purpose is excellence, being the best. Being the best both on an individual and organizational level. Excellence is defined by the work itself rather than by customers. Organizations rather turn customers away than compromise their quality. For example, Apple. Leaders aren't willing to sacrifice quality in companies with excellence as a guiding purpose. Managers and employees are treated as valuable resources and provided with support to perform at their peak. The third one is altruism, providing service. For example, non-profits and some other businesses such as Dollar General, Five and Below, Walmart. And these emphasize the purpose of giving low-income people a good deal, not just making sales and profits. The basis of action is to increase personal happiness. Most people feel good when they do something to help others or make their community or world a better place. The last one is heroism. Companies' purpose is based on being strong, aggressive, and effective. They often reflect almost on an obsession with winning. For example, Bill Gates imbued Microsoft with a goal of putting the Windows operating systems into every personal computer, as we can see in our own device. People want to feel capable of being effective and producing results. So a well-chosen noble purpose taps into the emotions and instincts of employees and customers and can contribute to better morale, greater innovativeness, and higher employee and organizational performance. Pass you on to Sanjay.
So now I will speak about strategy and action. So strong missions that reflect a noble purpose and guiding visions are both important, but they are not enough alone to make powerful and successful organizations. For organizations to succeed, they need ways to translate vision, values, and purpose into action, which is the role of strategy. This is where strategic management comes into play. And for short, strategic management is basically a set of decisions and actions used to formulate and implement specific strategies that will achieve a competitively superior fit between the organization and its environment in order to achieve organizational goals. It is the leader's job to find this fit and translate it into action. To better break down strategy and action, I will separate it into two parts, starting with deciding where to go. In formulating strategy, leaders ask questions such as, where is the organization now? Where does the organization want to be? What changes and trends are occurring in the competitive environment? What courses of action can help us achieve our vision? Simply to get a clear idea of future position and achievement. And it gets here at the top there, they just simply define strategy. Strategy can be defined as the general plan of action that describes resource allocation and other activities for dealing with the environment and helping the organization attain its goals. Strategic leaders study the events that have already taken place and act based on the anticipation of what the future might be like as opposed to reacting to environmental changes. Consider Progressive Insurance, which was the first to offer rate quotes online. Even though other companies had the same information about the growth of personal computers and the internet at the time, they did not interpret it in the same way or formulate the same strategy for taking advantage of the new technology in the way that Progressive Insurance did. To improve the chances for success, leaders develop strategies that focus on three qualities. First is core competence, then developing synergy, and lastly creating values for customers. An organization's core competence is something that the organization does extremely well in comparison to its competitors. Leaders try to identify the organization's unique strengths. In other words, what makes their organization different from others in the same industry. For instance, LL Bean succeeds with a core competence of excellent customer service and a quality guarantee. A customer can return a purchase at any time and get a refund or exchange without asking any questions. Synergy occurs when organizational parts interact to produce a joint effect that is greater than the sum of the parts acting alone. As a result, the organization may attain a special advantage with respect to cost, market power, technology, or employee skills. One way companies gain synergy is through alliances and partnerships. For example, consider North General Hospital, which is a small community hospital in Harlem that caters mostly to the poor and elderly. It had lost money every year since it was founded in 1979 up until 2005, when their leaders at the time focused on a new strategy that included an alliance with Mount Sinai Medical Center, which was and probably still is one of New York City's most prominent teaching hospitals. This deal increased revenue for Mount Sinai as well and brings in more patients because North General, which is a small community hospital, acts as a referral service for patients with complex medical issues. Focusing on core competencies and attaining synergy helps companies create value for their customers. I could see there the value is the combination of benefits received and costs paid by the customer. Delivering value to the customer is at the heart of strategy. Now I will speak about deciding how to get there, which is the second part in strategy in action. Strategy is implemented through specific mechanisms, techniques, or tools for directing organizational resources to accomplish strategic goals. This is the basic architecture for how things get done in the organization. Strategy implementation is the most important as well as the most difficult part of strategic management, and leaders must carefully and consistently manage the implementation process to achieve results. Strategy implementation involves using several tools or parts of the organization that can be adjusted to put strategy into action. Strong leadership is one of the most important tools for strategy implementation. Follower support for the strategic plan is essential for successful implementation, and leaders create the environment that determines whether people understand and feel committed to the company's strategic direction. Some strategic directions, however, are much more difficult to implement. For example, pursuing growth through mergers and acquisitions can present difficulties of blending production processes, accounting procedures, corporate cultures, and other aspects of the organization into an effectively functioning whole. Leaders also sometimes pursue activities that have a low strategic impact but which are relatively easy to implement. Incremental improvements in products, work processes, or techniques are just some examples. Over time, incremental improvements can have an important effect on the organization. In addition, small changes can sometimes be needed to symbolize improvement and success to people within the organization. It may be important for leaders to produce quick, highly visible improvements to boost morale, keep people committed to larger changes, or keep followers focused on the vision. So I would have passed you on to Amy to speak about the leader's contribution and the leader's impact, but she unfortunately could not make it to the presentation tonight, so I'll just play a recording. Could somebody just say if they're hearing it, please? You all hearing that?
No.
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 Not yet.
No. No.
Okay, just now. So give me a second.
Y'all thought me this too?
Good day, everyone.
What
My
about
name is
now?
Amy Mohan, and today I would like to discuss the essence of effective leadership
All right, you
and
hear
its vital role.
You hearing it?
Yes, we're hearing it now.
All right.
Good day, everyone. My name is Amy Mohan, and today I would like to discuss the essence of effective leadership and its vital role in empowering individuals within a organization. Leadership is often perceived merely as the act of making decisions. However, I believe that true leadership extends far beyond that. It lies in the ability to inspire and empower others to achieve their full potential. A leader's significant contribution is their capability to cultivate a supportive environment where employees can thrive. It's about creating a space where creativity, collaboration, and growth can flourish. The next slide talks about how leaders empower employees, fostering a supportive environment. To foster such an environment, leaders must focus on three key areas. First is mentorship. This involves providing guidance and coaching, helping employees develop their skills and reach their personal and professional goals. Next, we have autonomy. By empowering employees to take ownership of their work and make decisions, we foster a profound sense of empowerment. This autonomy not only boosts confidence but also encourages innovation as team members feel more invested in their task. Lastly, we prioritize feedback. Constructive feedback is crucial for growth. It not only helps employees identify areas for improvement, but also recognizes their achievements, reinforcing their values to the team. On the next slide, we have visionary decision making, charting the path forward. Another crucial aspect of leadership is visionary decision making. Effective leaders possess strategic foresight. They analyze industry trends and anticipate future challenges, which leads to informed, proactive decisions but can significantly impact their organization. Additionally, adaptability is vital. The ability to embrace change and pivot swiftly in response to evolving market conditions or opportunities is what distinguishes successful leaders. We also need to emphasize calculated risk taking. This means carefully weighing the potential risk against the reward. Bold decisions can drive innovation and growth, pushing the organization forward. On the next slide, we talk about the leader's impact. The impact of effective leaders is profound. They shape the success and direction of their organizations. By harnessing the power of positive influence, leaders can elevate their teams, reinforcing a culture of trust and collaboration that drives not only performance but also lasting change. The next slide, we have unleash the power of influence. To unleash the true power of influence, leaders must inspire. They do this by articulating a clear vision and demonstrating unwavering commitments to their goals. Moreover, empowering teams is essential. Leaders must foster an environment built on trust, autonomy, and growth. When employees feel safe and valued, they are far more likely to perform at their best. Finally, leaders drive positive transformation by navigating change and embracing innovation. As we move forward in an ever evolving landscape, it's crucial that leaders remain adaptable and committed to inspiring those around them. Thank you for your undivided attention.
These are the references here. And just to quickly conclude, we did the strategic direction and leadership vision, in which Rachel, Amy, and I briefly discussed all the important parts of the chapter, including the mission, leadership vision, leadership, the leader's impact and contribution, and so on. and we also explain the importances of each concept. Any questions? If not, then that's it for our presentation. Well, thank you for your undivided attention.